So back to Hebrews, right? So anyway, if you are receiving discipline, then you are being chastised of the Lord, and it's just proving that you're a child of God. Okay. Then he says right here, verse 12, wherefore lift up the hands which hang down and the feeble knees, and make straight paths for your feet, lest that which is lame be turned out of the way, but rather let it be healed. Okay. Now follow peace. How do you do that? How do you do that? How do you lift up the weak hands? How do you be sure that there's no, root of bitterness springing up among you? Follow peace with all men, and holiness, without which no man shall see the Lord. Now, if you are not pursuing peace, and you're not pursuing personal holiness, you're not going to see the Lord. Guys, look at this. He says, if you're not pursuing peace, if you're not following after peace, if you're not pursuing it, okay? Now, some of you want to criticize everything. Some of you want to criticize everything you see in other ministries, everything. You want to criticize everything you see in your own church. Huh? You want to, and you're not even putting your hands to the plow. You're not even putting the hands to the plow. You have no idea what's going on with everything in the church, because you're not even putting your hands to the plow. You're not even positioning yourself to be discipled. You're not volunteering. You're not serving. You're just coming and taking and taking and taking, and you're getting fat and sassy. You hear me? You get soup in the fellowship line, and you're eating the bread of the word and getting fat and sassy in the snowstorm.
We'll probably sit around and cook some soups and eat bread and desserts and just get all fat and sassy.
That's right, Shirley. You're not pursuing peace. You're not pursuing holiness. You're just looking at what you can get. And so what happens? You get fat and sassy and you're not going to see the Lord. He says, looking diligently, following peace, following holiness, pursuing holiness, looking diligently, looking unto Jesus, lest any man fail of the grace of God, lest any root of bitterness springing up trouble you. Okay? So unless a root of bitterness spring up trouble you, and whereby many be defiled. A root of bitterness. You need to go back on the YouTube channel and go back through the New Year's prophecy that I gave for 2025, and we talked about in that. Okay, so it's the pinned video on Facebook and on YouTube. It's the featured video. Okay, as soon as you go to the page, and you'll see, and we'll go watch that video on the New Year's prophecy 2025, the year to thrive. Okay, but as you watch that, you'll see where we went into the details about green persimmons. Okay, and if you are trying to distribute fruit that is not yet matured, you're trying to minister to people, but you haven't even got yourself fully fed. Right? You are not even mature to bring sweet fruit to the table. You're not even equipped yourself, and you want to try to go and equipping others. What are you going to do? There's going to be a root of bitterness spring up, and many are going to be defiled. You hear me? You guys, you got to watch this stuff. Some of y'all wanting to get into ministry. Some of y'all wanting to even plant churches and launch people out, and you're not even full yourself. You haven't even been equipped yourself, because you're just you're being self-discipled instead of self-disciplined. You need to find a real apostle and sit under a genuine mentor and a coach who's got hands-on. That's not going to just tell you to go on and do whatever you want, but someone who's actually going to love you and correct you in love. Because they understand that they're tasked by God to watch over your souls. And we see that in Hebrews 13. Okay, looking diligently, looking unto Jesus, doing what Jesus did, seeing how Jesus operated, and seeing what Jesus said in the Word, in the Word. So looking unto Jesus, the perfect doctrine, the perfect theology, Jesus Christ, the principal doctrine, the great teacher, looking diligently, the author and finisher of our faith, lest any man fail of the grace of God, lest any root of bitterness springing up trouble you. So if you're being troubled, if you're troubled by something, you need to check and see if you're operating in faith or fear, if you're operating in grace or works. You hear me? You need to check yourself before you wreck yourself.